If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Milton Berle. My friends, be dedicated each and every day 10 to 15 minutes to learning how to chart the markets by doing it on a daily basis, adding to that knowledge base on the job training. It's the best way. I think it's the only way you learn to do this. And we just ask 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. But my friends, it's got to be each and every day because you're not going to learn the nuances if you don't do it day in and day out. Let's jump into these charts and see where we are. Stocks are a little mixed. Bonds and gold down. Bitcoin up some. Now, again, we've got no super strong directional probability anywhere. Of course, we've been in the S&P and the NASDAQ for many weeks. We are still in them. As you look at the S&P, you can see where volumes decreased the last 2 weeks. And this week, we're not reaching a higher high yet. Our high so far the week, 624. Where was I getting to? I'm a little bit dyslexic, so let me just concentrate on the number. 624.03 is the high this week. Last week, 626.28. So again, we're not reaching that high yet. Smaller candle. We've still got 3 days left in the market. Look at the latest 2-day candle. This is, again, going to finish drawing tomorrow. Not much there. When you look at the half day, you can see what's been going on as it's been tracking down and sideways. Down yesterday, sideways today. And again, we will be looking for what happens on Wednesday. But again, we are still long. If you're in this trade, of course, we are still in it. We are watching. You know, we've seen things slow down and then speed back up again. I keep telling you, at some point, the market will top. We'll have things roll over and hammer down. And of course, we did very well in this down move, did we not? Again, we went into the inverse funds. I put that training out for you yesterday. If you didn't listen to it, go back to yesterday's video. At the end, you'll see the link to inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash. But right now, we are still long. Our directional movement, we're still positive. Our backtest accuracy is okay. Now, we don't have as much of a long percentage on the NASDAQ, but it was up a little bit while the S&P was down a little bit. Really, they were both pretty much flat. The NASDAQ up 0.06%, the S&P down 0.05%, pretty much flat. We can see, again, we've not reached a higher high this week. We have had things sliding sideways, and we look at where we are. We can see the last 2 days, pretty much the sideways slide for the week. So as we continue to move along, we're still long on both of our stock indices, the S&P and the NASDAQ, but things are slowing down. We'll keep a close eye on things, see if they speed up again or rotate over. Nothing right now. Now, as we look at 20-year U.S. government bonds, we can see that we broke the trend line. We are waiting now to see as we get toward the end of the week what the volume is going to look like. And again, if this is going to be a sustained weekly vertical crossover. We call that on a Friday, don't we? We can see where the 2-day started pushing through. Actually, we had a weak Tuesday last week. Things pounded down on Wednesday and then have just kept going. That's what's given us this red down candle, breaking our trend line. We're through the trend line on every chart. So we are looking for the potential of a down move. We are still pretty much just sort of sideways. There's a little bit of tracking toward a potential up move, but again, we're about the same. Yesterday we were a little bearish. Today we're a little bullish. And again, we are rerunning those numbers separately each and every day. For a while there, I was feeding in the prior chart, but I found that over and over again, the results I was getting were continuing in the prior direction longer than I liked. That's why I run the results separately each and every day. So we'll see flip-flopping when we get around that 60% or so category, and that's okay. What we're looking for here is a setup on a potential down move. You can see the volume on the half day's okay. Don't know if the two-day volume's been decreasing since we hit that interim high on the Friday, Monday, the 27th, and then there, the Friday, the 27th, that two-day candle starting then a green spinning top and rolling over on the two-day. So we'll keep an eye on things, see where they go. Now let's look at gold, pulling back strong. Gold, our directional probability was just about flat yesterday. Still the same 55%. It's sort of flipping back and forth. I told you where I have been since we rotated our trend line over. I am still, thinking that gold is going to continue in this down move, but we just don't have any really good numbers certifying that. It's been more of a sideways slide than anything else, but again, tending down, you can see on that weekly chart. Haven't had volume to back it up, and I keep reminding you guys over and over, sell in May and go away, live to trade another day. Why? Because the volume's out of the market. The big players many times step aside in the summer. And of course, it's just the summertime trading zone. It's not the best of all trading zones, but winter is coming. That fall-winter trading zone, we'll see it as it starts to slide in and we get nicer, stronger moves with more volume. Look back here on gold in May. We hit May. We had one average volume in gold back on May the 12th when gold took a dip. And then we haven't hit average volume since then. So again, keep an eye on things. Let's watch it. Let's see what sets up. If something really makes a move and we can chart it, then of course we'll be jumping on it. Lastly, we will look at Bitcoin. Now again, our charts are building a little bit in the bullishness. Bitcoin up just a little bit for the day, 0.69%. And again, you can see it goes up, pulls back, but it keeps moving up on that two-day chart over the last many days. On the weekly, we hit the prior high in Bitcoin back on the 19th of May. And again, we've had some average volume since then, but it's just sort of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. When Bitcoin makes these big up moves, what happens? Typically, you can have a little sideways slide. We saw it try to bump up again back in January, and then it took a break, and you had profit taking and things rolling over. So we'll see where Bitcoin goes. It's not pulled back at all. It's sort of shown more of this pattern in the sideways slide before it really rolls down. So again, waiting to see if indeed Bitcoin catches fire again. That is where we are, folks, as we end the day on Tuesday. Go into Wednesday. Remember, we always love to hear from you, cw@chartingwealth.com, and we sure appreciate the Patreon supporters. And of course, we send out to our Patreon supporters every day our 5-day plus ETF trading analysis and execution plan on the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, 20-year bonds, gold, and our Bitcoin ETF. God bless, my friends. All the best from the team at Charting Wealth.